Okay. Hello, friends. I am Chi. How you guys doing? If you're here for the first time, please subscribe because here get informations like this that keep you thrilled, informed, updated, and transformed. Information is power. If you know, you know, and if you don't still know, you don't know. But with Chi, surely you will know. Please uh, put the like. If you are coming to join live here, please put the like for Chi just to show me love. The one banana, always very important. Please drop the one banana for Chi, man. That's the like button. That's the best you can do for Chi, just to show me some love. Okay, we're talking about family reunion. That is you trying to bring in your family members, whether it's brother, sister, child, adopted child, parents, you can always bring them. That is if you have the knowledge and things you must know. Like I said here, things you must know. If I have time, I will list the documents you'll be needing. But if there's no time, I will talk about it tomorrow. Please, if you want to send money back home, use tap tap send. TAPTAPSEND. Tap tap send. Use my promo code CHI, capital letters, CHI, all in capital letters, and you'll be getting a bonus that is mouth watering. Okay, even if it's €5 you want to send to Nigeria, you will get more on top of it just by using my promo code Chi. You will enjoy it, and the rates are so high these days. I tell you, have different applications for sending money so they can compare rates and know when to choose whichever one. And those that will tell you €5 sending fee is nothing. They are cheating you. This one does not ask for sending fee, and the rate is still high. Hi, imagine you are now adding the €5 on top, making it 105 plus the bonuses you'll be getting by using my promo code. That is a lot of money. Just send only €5 and claim that bonus. If you have registered before, please, you can re-register with another email and phone number and keep getting the bonus. If you have 5 emails and different phone numbers, keep registering and be claiming the bonuses using the promo code CHI. You'll be making money for yourself. Just spend little money, €5, and you claim it, okay? So that is that. So now I'll be talking about the things that you guys must know, um, when applying for family reunion. I talk about family cohesion the other time, but now I'm talking about family reunion. Please, if you want to know much about family cohesion, which is more easier, you can check the previous video before this one. Okay, very important that you know. So now, remember that if you want to apply for family reunion, first, where do you go? Go to the CAF, or a good lawyer can help you, but always go to the CAF CGIL Patronato. They can help you do the demanda online to the prefectura. Okay, they will give you all the requirements that you'll be needing, the updated requirements, because here in Italy, things can change, they do change things. So that is why you go there and get the updated requirements from them. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about it. When you apply for nulla osta for family reunion, that is ricongiungimento di familiare. So long as you have lived in Italy up to the whooping sum of 1 year, then you are qualified by law to bring in your family members. Asilo political holders find it more easier because they don't put more stress on them. I will talk about that later in the course of the video. Now, somebody said, I've applied before and it's taking a hell of time. It is not yet out. By law, when you apply, it will be out within 3 months, whooping months, three. Okay, but if the people, your prefectura is so fast, you can get it within 2 months or 2.5 months, 1.5 months, depending how fast your prefectura is in doing the necessary investigations. Very important that you know about that one. Okay. All right. So now, what can hinder it? Things can delay or hinder. They can reject your nulla osta for family reunion based on maybe you don't have the necessary requirements, maybe the income is not much, so they need you to go and upgrade your income, maybe get more higher paid job so that your bustapaga, your food will be higher. And also, if you have committed crime, those little crimes you are ignoring, hmm? All those little crimes that you are ignoring could end up haunting you in the future. When you want to apply for Qatar or citizenship or even this Nola Oster, please, speed is always required. Speed. By next year, all of you who did your speed in Posta, all these other banks, it will be abolished and they'll be making use of the Qatar Identita, the plastic one. that can also serve as your speed where the code will be given to you. So it will be given to you in a paper form. So if you have the plastic one, please go to your commune and tell them you need the speed, the 8-digit number, and they will surely give it to you, because most of you, I know you have thrown away the paper. When they give you that identity card, the speed is there, but maybe you have thrown them away. So you can still go back to your commune and request it back, okay? Because by next year, they will phase out these ones we did in poster, and they make use of the Kata identity. So if you have the paper identity card, please go and convert it to the plastic one. And if you have changed commune and you're still using the old address, please go to your new commune and update your Kata identity so that they give you the one of that commune, so that there will not be confusions when you're applying some things, demandas, so that there will not be unnecessary mistakes. So now, like I said, crimes, serious crimes can hinder your nulla osta. It could be rejected. But remember, when it is rejected, what can you do? You can wait after 1 month, you can reapply again. If you think you are right, also, you can go to court, okay? You can get a good lawyer, you can go to court and appeal it if you feel that you are right, you did nothing wrong, okay? That's very, very important, okay? Now, remember, one thing you have to know is also about the house. Most of you just rent houses without knowing that most houses are not meant to take more than 2-3 people in the house. Maybe the landlord does not want more than 2 people. So now you want to bring in your family members, maybe 2 or 3 people. Then you are going to have serious problem, because the landlord will not issue you because there's a model the landlord has to fill. There's a form he has to fill, like authorizing that he's aware you are bringing your family and is in agreement with it. And he's going to attach some of his info. So now, if you rented that house and you never knew that the house is meant to just take 1 person or 2 or 3, and you want to bring more people, so your landlord may not agree, because every house has specifications, how many people can live in that house. And that's why some people have problem. When they have more children, the sociale will come. Sociale will come and say, hey, that house is not conducive for those children to live in, because the rooms are just 2 or 1. So you'll be having issues in that area too. That is if your commune is very strict, okay? If they are very strict, then you have issues. So remember, that landlord registered that house to the government, noting them that only 2 people can live there, or only 1 person can live there. Now you are bringing more extra people. How will it work? You want him to be sanctioned? No. That's why he will not allow to release some documents to you, especially when you want to get the idoneita, the allojo, the housing suitability certificate. So he may not want to release the information that will allow you to get it, okay? So remember, also, some of you don't know that the housing suitability certificate is maybe landlord did some structural changes in the house, maybe window, electrical things, whatever. So he has to go and update it. So if it's not updated, there's problem as well. He has to update it before you can get it from that commune. So if your landlord is a stubborn one, you're going to have issues in that area. And some of you don't know that some regions, it takes a hell of time to get the Idonita de Alloggio housing suitability certificate, which is now required even when you want to apply for Carta Soggiorno. Okay, so now if you know that it takes time in your region, why don't you start applying for it ahead of time before the nulla osta is out, so that, or before you even start planning to apply for the nulla osta for family reunion? While some places you get it within 1 month, some places 2 weeks, some places 1 week, depending, these commune differences like that. Okay, so note that one as well. And some of you don't even know that that house is not even properly registered. Some of these landlords don't like registering their houses properly. So you might have issues that if the house contract you are presenting for the family reunion is not properly registered, it might also cause rejection. Okay, take note of that. Um, take note of that as well. Okay. All right. So let's proceed to the other one. Please put the like for Chi. Okay. So for asilo holders, you don't really need the landlord to give you any approval. You don't really need it. You can just go straight ahead and apply. But if you're bringing a minor child, your landlord must know about it, because maybe that house is not designed to carry a minor child, like I stated before. That's why you must know these things before you rent a house. Know whether that house is properly registered. know that whether that house is fit to carry enough people. Okay. Okay. All right. So please upload the like for Chimen and also share the video for me. Okay, let's proceed. And when you bring them, you have to, when you bring that family member of yours from wherever your country, they have to be registered. They have to go to school because they have to be properly integrated into the system. So that is the agreement you have with the government that you promise to send them to school. And remember, when they come in, please don't allow them to travel back. If you have already submitted the whole thing in Questura, maybe appointment has been given to you, because when they come, you have to present them to Prefectura. Prefectura prepares all the documents required. Then you take it to Posta, and then get the appointment, pay the money. Then you wait for the thumbprint date. But please, in that process, in that time, do not allow the person you brought to travel back home. The person can visit other European countries in the European Union, but not traveling back home and thinking, hey, let me come back. The appointment for thumbprint is very far. Let me just go and come back again. No, if the person goes back, the person will not be able to return again. The person is going to have serious problem. Okay. And please, when the person is coming, you must buy a one-way ticket because it's family reunion, long stay visa. So you have to get what they call you have to buy a direct ticket. Okay, you have to buy a direct ticket. That is a one-way ticket. But when you are doing the invitation for family cohesion, in that one, you can only buy two-way ticket going and coming because you have indicated the person is come to stay for just 3 months or 2 months and then go back. Very important that you guys know about that one as well. So if your NOLA Ulster is taking a hell of time, it's no problem at all. When you apply for it, please go there time to time. When it is after 2 months, you can be going there time to time. Maybe every week you go and ask them if it's ready because there's a tracking number. When you apply for it, there's a such paper they will give to you. In that paper, there's a tracking number. Okay. Also, you can also go direct to Prefectura and ask them about it, or you call them on phone. Okay. All right, so that they can be giving you updates and be telling you whether there's problem or not. So it's better you know ahead of time. But if there's no problem, they will tell you there's no problem, just give them more time. Okay, some places it can take even more than 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months before you get it. Can it expire? Yes, it can expire. I think before they said it's 6 months, but it's like 1 year now. It takes 1 year to now expire because they know some people don't usually meet up everything in time. So it expires in their hands. So it's like they've updated it to up to 1 year. But I don't know if it's all region or maybe some regions are just doing 1 year and some are still doing their normal 6 months. Okay. Now, please, before you think of even um, bringing someone, your sojourner, if you have not converted to Lavoro or Autonomo, it may not be that possible. Okay, so all documents have to be converted to uh, lavoro subordinato, okay, or autonomo before you be able to do so. Minus subsidiary and asilo politico or motivo familiare, okay. For those other 2 years document, casi speciale protezione, you have to convert it, okay, to lavoro or autonomo before you be allowed to use it and invite someone or do family reunion. Very important that you know that one as well. Now, can someone with 6 months permit bring someone, the 6 months permit requester per asilo, those in camp or out of camp having the 6 months permit? The answer is no, you cannot, because how can you do that? No, you are not allowed to do so because you are still waiting to be confirmed refugee status or not. So you can't bring someone. But if you have gotten document in camp, some good camps can help you to bring your wife, husband, or children. Some good ones, they will do everything for you. They will state they are the one sponsoring everything. Some people have done that and they succeeded. So you can also check with your camp if you have good relationship with them, and if they are nice, they can help you to bring in your family member for you. That is if you already have the permesso di soggiorno. Okay. All right. That is important for you guys to know as well. So please, 6 months cannot invite or do family reunion. Okay. All right. Now, is DNA required if you are bringing your children, your children, adopted or whatever? Is DNA required, or are they going to also do interview for them, conduct an interview for them? Very important that you know that one, so that you will not go and try to smuggle in another person's child or your sister, brother, cousin's child to bring abroad. Because if they find out, you will be in a big mess. You might even go to jail for it, or you'll be fined whooping hot euro to pay back because you try to deceive the government. So now DNA is always required, because by so doing, many have discovered that their wife gave birth to children that are not theirs. Like maybe while they are away abroad, their wife was busy banging hot on bed with another guy who has maybe you finally came back, and in that particular time you did some boom boom with your wife, our girlfriend, and then she gave birth to a child. Or maybe you came 3 4 times thinking that those 4 children are yours, because you normally come back not knowing that before you come back, your wife has enjoyed herself with other guys. So that is why DNA is always required, because many people try to do family reunion, and then the DNA revealed that maybe out of 4 children, only 2 belong to them, or 1, or nothing. So imagine that kind of mess. So DNA has always been helping people in that area as well when they are doing family reunion. So the government only want to determine if those children are really yours. So it's helpful. So you will be asked to go to a particular hospital here and do yours, while they themselves, the embassy, will direct them where to go and do their own DNA, so that the government will know if they are really your children. I think they're also helping you in that area, but that is not for free. You are going to pay, my guy. My guy, they are going to ask you to pay. If you're a lady bringing your children, they will still ask you to pay. So that's why some people, if they want to bring them and the children, the girls, the ladies will say, no, 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 we prefer to stay here, because they don't want the DNA to reveal that some of those children doesn't belong to the man. So that's very important. And that's why if you have children, try to do DNA on them to know if they are really yours, because things these days, things that are really happening these days are scary. You might be thinking your 4 children belong to you, but by the time you do DNA, some people were shocked to see that some are not their children. Only their wife know the truth. So that is it. So interview, yes, I think the embassy usually decide how to do it, who they chooses to ask to go for uh, interview. You understand? Not everybody goes for interview. They don't ask for interview from everybody, because when they pay for that verification fee in some countries after 1 month or 2 months, then in Nigeria, I think it's just after 3 4 5 days, the lawyer will go and do the interview and do the verification, like investigate if all the documents are original. So be careful. Do not produce fake documents for them, because they are going to verify it, especially that lawyer they are sending to go and do the verification is a very strict one. Then there's problem. So that's why if an interview be conducted, but I usually say just prepare your partner back home, even your parents. Tell them things about you. You people should exchange informations, ideas, ask questions like, what's the name of the person, when did the person travel, how long did you know, where does the person live, where does the person work, how does the person earn, how much the person earn. A lot of questions they will ask. So if you have wife or husband, tell them things about you abroad here, things you are doing, everything about yourself when you travel, everything, so that um, your partner will know everything. You understand? So that your partner will know everything about you, so that when that lawyer goes for interview, your partner will not be blabbing, I forgot, or your parents saying, my pikin not tell me, my pikin did not tell me. So you have the responsibility to tell them a lot of things about yourself, just in case they call for interview, or the lawyer goes to the house where the address is given to go and conduct the interview. Be careful. Tell them everything. You guys should exchange information. Also know things about her. Let her know things about you. Both of you share information, okay? So that the lawyer will not go back and give report and say, I don't think they are real. It's like they just met online on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever. They don't know it themselves. How can you claim the person is your partner, but you don't know anything about the person? So that's why you have to just be prepared, just in case you are called upon. The interview does not take much time at all. It doesn't take much time. Sometimes 20 minutes, 30 minutes is over. Sometimes they just want to see you, ask you a few questions. So you must have evidences also, like photo proofs. Photo, that is in case you are presenting marriage certificate stating that you married in that country. At least take photos. So those photos will be required as a proof. Show them your wedding day. Show them family members' photos that you took on that your wedding day. Okay. So photo proofs could be required, but as Zillow holders, most cases they don't even ask them for those things. They're only just free will, free will, free will. Okay. So also other proofs like email, you guys have been changing, maybe writing to each other on WhatsApp, sending photo, maybe money the person is sending to you. All those things can serve as evidence as well. And photos, both of you have been exchanging. So that's why if you are doing family reunion, start now to be sending messages to your spouse on WhatsApp, photos, mail, money, those things. It can help a lot. Okay. So prepare for interview and have a lot of proofs. So please, while you are busy planning to do the family reunion, always know that it's very important for you to send your partner to a driving school. Okay? Send them to a driving school so that when they come here, you know that by law, with that license, they can use it to drive. They can drive here in Italy with it. Yes, because when they arrive, Prefettura will ask them for it, whether it's a local one or international one. If they can do the two, they should do it because I don't know which one your region will require. So if it is the local one, then they can give them up to 8 years, 5 years, 3 years, it depends. So they can drive with it. So while they are there waiting for the whole process, at least you can send them to driving school. It's a plus for you, When they come, they can drive. That is if you really want them to drive. So let them be busy with something like driving. All is knowledge. No knowledge is a waste, okay? So also, the Questura will require for it when they go for their thumbprint. Questura will ask for the license so that they can register it. But if they don't ask for the license, please, you give it to them, okay? Tell them you have this license. They will take it from you. They will register it, even in Comune. Because when the person arrives, you have like 7 working days or 8 working days to present them to the government, either first in Comune, then also Prefectura, these places. And please don't go and do codice fiscale. Some of you will do family reunion. Immediately your partner comes in or parents, we just rush and go and do codice fiscale for them in Agencia dell'Entrate. Do not do that. It's a horrible mistake, okay? Because once you take them to Prefectura, everything will be done there. Everything will be done there. So within even 20, 30 days, they will send to the house the codice fiscale, that one that is like 2 in 1, both the medical card and the codice fiscale, 2 in 1. I don't know whether it's the one with the green color or, yeah, I think so, or blue. You see it is having everything together, both codice fiscale and the tessera sanitaria included. So it is the prefectura that will do everything. So don't take your partner to Agencia dell'Entrate to do codice fiscale, else it will clash. It will clash. The person will be having problem in future. So allow them to do everything for you. They will even tell you, or you can ask them about it. I'm telling you for real. People who went ahead and do codice fiscale, which landed them into trouble. So in that prefectura, it is there you are signing everything, both the codice fiscale and tessera sanitaria. Know that one as well. So you register them within 8 days, 8 working days. So you have enough time. Take them to Prefectura, take them to Comune, and register them. Some Comune will give them the identity card, while some will say when they get permesso di soggiorno, they will issue them the identity card. But meanwhile, Comune will give them the temporal identity card, like a paper form, for them to manage with it. Okay, so while they are there waiting for soggiorno, send them to school so that they can learn. But if your parents are old, because they have to come at the age of 65 or 66. That's when you can do reunion for your parents. So if they are old, by law, old people are not required to that much go to school, those things. That's why even if you want to apply for Carta Sojourner, it is not a must to present the ADUE marriage certificate, the ADUE language certificate. So always note that as well. And those who are stammerers as well, they are not also allowed by law. They can just get a cover letter from their doctor stating their conditions, because the doctor will examine them and give them the certificate that will exempt them from going to school. So they can use it to apply for Carta Sojourner, even citizenship, because they have speech impediment or they cannot hear well, voice problem, or they are sick. So doctors will always give them cover letters. So you can talk about it with your house doctor. please, when the person comes in, take the person to ASLA so that the person will be registered and be given a house doctor. So you take the letter ASLA will give to you and take to the house doctor. The house doctor now registers your partner or parents who you brought or children. Very important. Now listen, the sojourner will be given to the person because appointment will be given based on how many years. It's always a 1 year visa, so it will take time towards that expiration of that 1 year visa. That is when they will call for the thumbprint. Okay, so they will give to the person like what you have. What you have is what they give to the person. Sometimes 2 years, sometimes 1 year. I don't know. As of time talking, it is always like 1 year. Maybe Qatar sojourner 2 years or citizenship. It depends on them. They know. So anything you get is something. Okay, at least 1 year, 2 years is very important. You have something with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Now listen, can you bring your brother, sister, or adopted child to Italy? Very important that you know about it, how it also works. Yes, you can bring your brother, your only brother or your only sister to Italy. That is based on family reunion. Um, Now all you have to state there, because by law they said unless if that your brother is the only one back home and nobody is taking care of the person, nobody to rely on, is the only brother you have maybe suffering home, so you can indicate it to them that this is your only brother you want to bring them, so you can apply, bring him or her only sister as well. So you can apply for family reunion based on that, and the government will allow you to bring your brother no matter the age. Remember, do not allow your children back home to be over 18 years before applying for NULA OSTA for family reunion. Please make sure that they are below 18 years, because anything above, the government will not allow you unless it is miracle. By God's grace, they will just pity you and allow you to scale through it. So always know. So whatever you have to do, plan it ahead of time. So we are talking now about adopted children. Can you bring any adopted child? Yes, yes, yes. You can adopt a child from your brother, from your sister, from your cousin. You can adopt their child and bring them here, or even from the motherless home. You can adopt, so long as the person handing over the child to you is going to issue you the certificate of adoption, like stating everything there that they are the one handing you over this child, blah 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 blah, on a day like this, blah blah blah. So long as that document is created and signature signed by witnesses, whether it's in court, if you are taking from your child, sister or brother or uncle or auntie, if you are taking their child, bringing them here who are below 18 years, fine, no problem. So long as there is a document that have covered everything in court or written by them as well. Everybody signed, lawyer signed, So with it, you can apply for family reunion. So even when they ask for DNA, you are preparing those documents, you can also indicate it that it is your adopted child that you are bringing over. So you have the certificate to prove for it. So even if DNA is conducted, no problem, you are covered and there will be no issue, because so that the government will not think that you are just trying to steal someone's child or traffic someone's child abroad. Yes, please remember that if you have children back home and wife, you can always apply for Assegno Nucleare Familiare or Assegno Familiare. All you have to do, get their birth certificate and the marriage certificate from your wife or husband and their passport data pages. You can get them. Then you can send them to your country's embassy. That they can send it to you, whether it's through, they can scan it and send to you by mail. Then you can print it out here. But if they can do it by DHL, no problem. Then you take it to your embassy. If you have those agents that work for you guys, you can send it to them. Tell them you want to apply for Assegno Familiare, you want to do Codice Fiscale in your prefettura. So they will help you to organize everything at the embassy there, both the translation, they will write everything, they will write there in Italian, they will legalize it there in the embassy, and then send back to you through delivery post delivery. Then with it, you take it to Prefettura for them to finish the job. Tell them you want to use it and apply for Codice Fiscale, you want to apply for Assegno Familiare. So with the passport data pages and everything, the birth certificate you brought, remember the embassy will ask you for the birth certificate so that they can work on it, and also the marriage certificate. So you take it to Prefettura, tell them you want to apply for Assegno Familiare and also Codice Fiscale. First of all, Codice Fiscale, okay? So they will work on it and then give it to you, maybe stamp it, put Marca di Bollo, register it, then you now take it to the other office, or they will do everything for you depending on your prefectura. They will tell you take it to the other office, which is Agencia del Entrate. There, they will give you the codice fiscale in a paper form or whichever form they will give to you. All is codice fiscale. Then you take the codice fiscale with those birth certificates, all those documents given to you from the embassy. Then you take it to CAF and apply for the assegno familiare. Some call it assegno nucleo familiare as well. So that's the name you should tell them. So when you apply for it, because you are working, remember, it is meant for those who are working, earning salary. So when you apply for it, man, they will calculate all the years you have been working, all those money, meant for your children and wife. They will calculate everything and pay to you. Some people get even up to 10,000 euro, 20,000 euro, depending on how many years you have been working and you have never collected that money, because you have children who are missing you and you're busy working for the government and your children are missing you dearly. So that's why government is giving you that money. Okay. And after that, they will keep paying you every month. You will see it in your booster paga. Money meant for your children and for your wife. So that's a hell of money, depending on how many children you have, or you know, how many children and your wife, So the money is always big. 200 is not a joke, eh? So that's it. Know that one as well, depending on your region. So you have to go and apply for it if you have not done so. So that is because your children are back home. But if your children are here, then you have to do the one that other people are doing, the universal baby bonus of up to 21 years old. All right. The choice is yours to make. Which one you want to do first? Okay. So now, um, this thing, how much will you require? You need to have before you get apply for the NULA All-Star for family reunion. There's always a required amount. But if you have anything above 9,000, because this always matches with how many people you want to bring to Italy. How many of your family member? Maybe if you want to bring 3 people, the money should be very high, maybe up to 12K, 13K, But this money changes according to the government. They always update it, always making it higher and higher. So that is when you go to the CAF, they will also tell you the money meant for that particular year, whether it's this year or next year or 10 years time. They will give you the updated amount you need to have in your code. So that is it. So, but I know if you want to invite up to one person, like one person, you have to have something above 9K, 2, 3 people, maybe something above 11K, something like that. So please find out with your CAF. They will tell you everything. So if you're having autonomous, yes, you can invite someone. Yes, very possible. Also, if you don't have income at all with your Reto Cittadinanza, you can apply for it. But those of Asilo Politico, they say they don't need to prove income. Very important. They don't need to prove it. But sometimes some countries like Nigeria, they will ask you where is the statement of account. So at least if you can put some money in your account, it can also help you. Okay. If you can have some money in your account, like 4K, 5K, you can print out the statement of account. You can even borrow the money if you want and pay them back later. So long as you're not touching the money, just keep it in your account until the visa is given to the person. But you can just like put the money, print out the statement of account, and then use it and send to the person back home to use it as the statement of account. That's if you're an asilo political holder, but it's not always required. But when people tell you you don't need a house to apply for family reunion, it's a bloody lie. You need a house. Else, if you bring the person, where would the person stay? Unless they camp where you are the ones helping you to bring the person. No problem. You don't need to prove that you have house because the camp will provide every necessary document that will cover you. But if you're out of camp, then man, you need a proof that you can house the person, So else, are you going to be in the street? No way. So that is it. You always need a house. But even if you have hospitalita, you can also apply for family reunion. All you need to do is to get your hospitalita document and a letter from the person housing you um, that is in support of you bringing your child, approval letter. The person have to write it. Maybe a lawyer can help write it, okay? Then the person will give it to you. Also, the landlord has to also approve that you can bring your wife, husband, or child. Yes. So with those cover letters, then you are good to go. Very, very important that you know about that one. So if you don't have a house, that can also help you bring someone to Italy, someone who is your family member. Okay. So um, now talking about marriage certificate, please remember that if you bring if you have your marriage certificate here with you, maybe some of you came with it from home, you have it with you here. All you have to do is to take it to your embassy, tell them you want to translate it to Italian, and they should legalize it. Then when they help you do it and send it back to you, both the original and the one translated to Italian and legalized by the embassy, then you take it to Prefettura. Prefettura will stamp on it, register it, and then give it to you. Then both the original and the translated one. Then you take it to your commune and register it with them. Very important, okay? Register your marriage certificate in the community identity, that section, okay? That's where you should go and register your marriage certificate. So also, when you bring in your partner, so long as you have marriage certificate, please also register it in your commune. And always tell you guys, your permesso di soggiorno, always go to the commune to register your permesso di soggiorno. I know most of you don't know about it. You always need to all right, those in the comment section, greetings to you all. Cash baby, uh, um, someone who said good evening, Mr. Chi. I don't know. If you are bringing your two children, please call me, like you who just wrote it in the comment section. Please call me on my number, please. My number is 328-567-3453. Okay, I repeat, 328-567-3453. Please call me after the program. Let's talk about it. Okay, I can guide you on that as well. All right. All right. So let me proceed um, to the next one. So, like I said, always register your marriage certificate. So, even if you are doing the family cohesion, if you already have the marriage certificate, um, please register it in Commune so that even when they want to ask Commune if you are truly married, Commune can also prove it. But it's always important to just follow the right steps, okay, so that there'll be no issue. So those of Asilo Political, most of you don't even have marriage certificate even before you came here. You were not married. But remember, you can do what they call marriage by proxy. That is, if your country supports it, your home country supports marriage by proxy, the one that you will delegate people, family members, friends, who will go and witness it, okay? So they will call you on video call. The judge will be there if you are doing it in court or your local government, whether it's high court, the high court, okay, federal high court in your country. So the court will ask all the witnesses to sign, and then you'll be there on video call answering the question from the judge. And then before you know it, voila, everything is done. You are married. That is what they call marriage by proxy. So if you are a Zillow holder, you can also try it out if your country approves it. So you can send someone to find out for you. And also, please, your passport is always necessary when applying for family union. Whether Asilo holders will present the documento di viaggio. Subsidiary holders have to present their country's passport. You have to present it, else no go area for you. Everything will be delayed back home. So you need to do your country's passport. Very important. All right, so asilo holders can also do their marriage in a country closer to their country. If they can travel to that country which is closer to their country and do the marriage there in the court, very important, the court will issue it to them. Because asilo holders cannot travel home and marry. So they can always either do the family cohesion by applying for invitation, go to CAF and get the form and fill it, no problem. But please, if you want to really marry as an asilo holder, you can do it in a country closer to your country, in the court or in the embassy. Yes, Italian embassy there. So before going to the embassy to do it, that country where the Italian embassy is, please call them and tell them about it so that they can help you organize everything for you, tell you the requirements, what to bring with you, what your partner has to bring, so that you guys can um, do the do the marriage in the do the marriage in the embassy there, Italian embassy there, so they can equally help you to translate it and also legalize it. Translate it to Italian and also legalize it. Then with it, you are good to go. You can now use it to apply for family reunion without having much issues. But in a case where there's no marriage certificate, they have a way of asking you to prove. They have a way of believing that you are married, which they will state out to you. In the case where there's no marriage certificate to prove that you are really married to that person, maybe they'll ask you to bring a letter from your village head or your parents, which they will still investigate. But that one is a hell of process. So just do any of those. So those who are already here that have document that can make them travel direct, like um, those people having 2 years document that have converted, those documents, other documents, you can travel home and get married, and with the marriage certificate, come back home and apply for um, the family reunion with it, or family cohesion with it. If you want to know about family cohesion, check my previous video. You will see everything there, which I said is the easiest one you can also use. Yes, some CAF will not ask you to bring the marriage certificate, while most of them will ask you for it. So just have it with you. Very, very important, so that you not be running up and down, confused. Hmm? Okay, so uh, hold on. Please put the like for Chimen. Put the like for Chimen. As you are joining, please put the like and share the video out, okay? And also remember, bringing your parents. Some of you will say it's a liability. If I bring my parents here, I'm going to suffer more. Let me tell you, you're not going to suffer more at all, because if you have sick parents, like maybe their ear is not, they can't hear well anymore, they can't see at all, or they have speech problem, they can't talk anymore, any serious health condition, maybe heart problem, kidney, and they can't walk again, they have stroke, their hand is not working again, something is wrong, like something that is terribly wrong, that is wrong with them. And maybe doctors back home have said they can't fix it. You can do family reunion for them, or cohesion. You can bring them here, you know, you can bring them, and then they will get sojourner, and then they'll be getting free treatment. Like I said, they have to be over at least 65 years of age or 66 before you can do family reunion for them. Yes, that's the law. So you can bring them here, they will get sojourner, and at the same time, they can be taking pension based on their disability, maybe kidney problem, they can lungs problem, heart problem, eye, ear, speech, leg, hand, whatever. Maybe they are bent, they cannot stand straight again. So long as they are your parents, they are old. The government here, you take them to your house doctor, ask him to apply for invalidita. Your doctor will prepare it. You take the documents the doctor will give to you to CAF. The CAF will do the demanda for invalidita, and then they'll send it to IMSS. IMSS will send you a document asking you to take it, and they'll tell you the hospital you have to go, so that they'll examine the person, your parents. And when they examine and see that the situation is true, according to the percentage, that is how they will get the money. If it is very, very serious, like 100%, then they will get big money, up to 1,600, 700, 800, depending. And that will be for life. They will take it for life, for the rest of their life. So you see, they are not liability for you. So while they are here, they are taking free treatment, and they are getting money from the government because they are not able again. They're like disabled, you know, maybe even having serious blood problem, high blood pressure, diabetes, all those serious, serious issues. Okay. So these are the things you have to know as well. And they will get a free transport ticket, very free transport ticket to anywhere in that region. They can enter bus, train to anywhere they want to go. Even with you, when they go with you, you will not pay anything, to be totally free. When they go with anybody who is not sick, the person will not pay anything. It will be free for both of you to travel anywhere, in that region. Especially when you apply for the disability card, then it will be free almost in all regions. You just pay little money, maybe somewhere that will cost 100 euro, they will just pay like 20 euro, and the person traveling with them will not pay anything. So you see, they're not causing you problem. You're not spending. Rather, they are making money for you as well. So, because you're going to open a bank account for them, right? Or the money will be paid into your account. So the CAF will brief you on that one, if it is allowed. for you to use your account and collect the money, or you have to open an account for them, because sojourner surely will be given to them, everything given to them. You have to get them a doctor too. That's why you have to register them at ASLA so that they'll get doctor. Very important. So now they will also get what they call the Kata Acquisti. Kata Acquisti is meant for people who are up to 65 years of age or 66, yeah, thereabout. Kata Acquisti, they can also get it where money will be paid inside there. I think now it's up to, I think maybe 100 euro or so. They have increased it. I don't know the real amount for now, but I know they increased it, which they'll still be increasing in the future to come. So it's better you know about that one. So bringing your parents will not cost you anything. But if your parents are not sick, some will ask, but my parents are not sick. What if I bring them? What will happen? Well, by law, if your parents are not sick and they come, fine, they will get sojourn or get everything. But if they can work for at least 1 year, just 1 year, by law, if they can work for at least 1 year, then they can apply for pension because they're already over 65, 66, okay, or 67, thereabout. So if they can just work for at least 1 year, 1 year, then they can apply for pension, which will be given to them for life. At least something around 700 is okay. That's what they pay. 650, 700 is also good. So how are you suffering? So you're not suffering anything at all. Just make them get a job that's so easy for them. Maybe babysitting job, cleaning job. They can just work for 1 year. If they are so strong, you can even allow them work for 2, 3 years if they so wish. So remember, after that they can get the Soccopazione, and then after that you can apply for pension for them. All right. So when they get the pension, everything will be free. Transport will be free for them. Medical treatment will be free for them. So you're not suffering anything. So if you are bringing them, that means you have to also get a bigger house, because depending on how many people you already have, because some houses are not designed to carry a lot of people, while some are designed to carry. So that is why they'll ask you for the housing suitability certificate, because they will come to measure the house, check everything, and see whether it is okay. Okay, so if it's fine, you are good to go. If it's not fine, the prefectura will still tell you need to go and get a bigger house. That the suitability certificate is not good to contain more people in that house. So that's why some people, before you apply, always know the measurements. If they correspond to the required measurement the government needs for you to bring those number of people into your home. So that is what you should also know. And please, when applying for the Nula Osta for family reunion, always maintain the same name. Don't go and start wanting to change your wife's name. Just leave it the way it is. Let her maintain her surname. Okay, because sometimes, in Italy, if you have the same surname, they'll say both of you are brothers. You want to bring your sister. So they could put more suspect on that. But yes, some people did it, it's fine. But you know, when they change name, a lot of things will change. Even their school certificates, they have to start suffering, going to meet the school to change the WAEC result, to change this, change that. It's a hell of problem. So they can maintain their name. And the way their name will be on passports when you're applying for the family reunion must always be the same, even in the marriage certificate, even in the birth certificate, they are going to get, even in the all their documents, identity card, national identity card of that country, of your country. Very important that they maintain the same name. Even when they go for the authentication, the receipt, a kind of, they'll generate a receipt. That receipt should carry the same name. They should not change it. They should always use the name on the passport to do everything certificate document they need to do. Remember, they have to do the yellow fever vaccine and get the certificate from the Federal Ministry of Health. And please, all documents need to be first authenticated in the Foreign Affairs Ministry of your country. You have to authenticate it. That is like legalized. The government have to approve that it's original, authentic, and they'll stamp on it, give you a code. A code will be given, generated for it, which you have to keep with you. Do not lose it. That I'm talking about the people back home. And the marriage certificate, the birth certificate, please, you can get the birth certificate. Either you get it from your local government or you already have it, no problem. Go with it that way. But make sure the names there rhyme with the names on your passport as well. That's, I'm talking about the people back home, who you are about to bring. Okay. So now, after the authentication at the Federal, the Foreign Affairs Ministry of your country, Then you take it for translation to Italian language. They have to translate it to Italian language. So there are agencies in your country that do these things, you know. They have these agencies that help people to even fill the long stay visa form. That's if you are doing family reunion, help you even book for appointment for submission, help you do the translation, and also to an extent help you do the legalization in the Italian embassy. Yes. So now they have helped you do almost everything. Fill the form, book for appointment. Your job is to now go and submit it at the submission center as TLS or VFS center, depending which one the embassy is working with in your country. So that is it. So if you are doing family cohesion, make sure that everything is correct. You have to get your itinerary, flight reservation certificate, the insurance. That is, I mentioned it in the previous video. You go and listen about family cohesion. So just to add it here, that you are going to book for your itineraries, family flight reservation certificate, or the um, also the insurance have to be present as well. So please, you that is here in Italy, when sending the NOLA OSTA, because some prefectura will tell you, no problem, everything is there. Just send only the NOLA OSTA to the person so that the person will take it to the embassy and submit. No, don't do so. Don't do so. Attach every other document. If you know all the documents you used and apply for it, if you can have them back, you're good. Put the put your code there. Put your code there. Put your residence certificate there. Put your lo stato di famiglia. Put copies of your passport. Put copies of your busta paga, ID card, soggiorno, copies of it, passport copy, codice fiscale copy. Put all those copies there, even the housing suitability certificate. You can put original, put it. You can put copy, put it. But it's better you put original because at the end of the day, everything will be returned back to the person who applied it back, return everything back after the 15 days of issuing the visa. Everything will be returned back, including the passport and the visa. All the documents you still gave them, they will still return it back to you. So that's why I said do not just send only the NULA or attach every other document you know you used and apply for it, attach them back and use it and then send it through DHL. You can bring in a stepchild. Like I said before, you have to get a from the other woman, maybe, of authorization. Maybe they can help her in for you to adopting the stepchild or you're bringing the said in that document as well. Yes, that's why I said it's more or less like an adoption. You're adopting the person, the child, every other thing, okay? Especially when they are going to submit the document. So it will be stated there that the person is a stepchild, okay? So that document will cover everything that, you know, that document is going to cover everything. Well, somebody said, what's the advantage to apply for family reunion to cohesion? Well, I said family reunion is more stressful. You know, all the documents you have to bring this and that. But cohesion is just like you go to CAF, get the invitation, hospitality document, like you just tell the CAF you want to invite your wife or this, you know. So they just give you the form. You fill the form, the name of the person, what the person is to you, where is the person, address, age, all those things. Just fill the everything there. You attach that you are the one sponsoring. You get your code, get your statement of account. That's all. Then you attach also your residence certificate, lo stato di familia, your necessary documents, ID card, passport copy, because you'll be needing the copy of that person too to write the passport number in the invitation letter. So when you get all those documents, both the residence certificate, lo stato di familia, and your other documents that you have with you, you put all the copies there and send home to the person. All the person have to do is to take it for submission. But the person have to also, maybe if those agents can help the person to book for submission and fill the short stay visa form. Because if you are a citizen, the person can stay up to 6 months. If you are not, the person will stay 3 months. Okay, so they will help to book for the also the insurance and the flight reservation certificate. I think that's all. Then with the vaccine for yellow fever certificate, the person must have it, and the ID card of the person. So that marriage certificate has to be present as well. So with it, the book, the person submits and get the visa. Because you have stated that you are the one sponsoring, right? You are hosting the person. So when the person now comes, because it's your wife or husband or child or parent, when the person now comes, you now take the person to CAP and apply for the cohesion, or you go straight to Questura and tell them, this is my wife, this is everything, or this is your parents, you want them to stay with you. Then that's all. They give you appointment, tell you what to bring, you bring them, and then they thumbprint. That's all. You see, it's more easier than reunion. Reunion, you have to wait for months to get the North Star, arrange this, and so that's why I say cohesion is more easier for most people that want to do it. Okay, so long as you have some money in your account, at least 4K, 5K, you have it there to also prove that you have enough money to take care of the person. But remember that if you are bringing someone through cohesion to get document through you, it must be that the person is here for the first time, like have not gotten any previous Schengen visa on that passport from Italy, or have not done family reunion before. So that means the passport has to be like a virgin passport, no previous visa on it, no family reunion visa on it. So that is it. So whether the person came through any Schengen country, then the person can also join you, so long as the person is your wife, parents, or your child. Okay. So that's why cohesion is more easier to reunion. Okay. Both of them are almost the same thing. It's just that one is more stressful. Family reunion is more stressful. Cohesion is more easier, you know, because the only thing the person have to translate, authenticate, and legalize back home is just the marriage certificate. But family reunion, you need to do marriage certificate, authenticate, translate, legalize. You have to do the same for the birth certificate of the person. You have to do the same for the because the birth certificate have to be the one of national population census. Always remember the one for national population census given to you from the local government of that country of yours. The person just have to say, I'm traveling abroad, I need the birth certificate for the people traveling abroad. That's the one they'll give to you, because there are two types, the local one and one for people traveling abroad. So that is it. You should also know. Okay. But what else? So any question? Any question? Okay. No question from anybody? So I've talked about family cohesion in my previous video. You can go listen to read if you want to hear more. Okay. So that is it. It's not stressful at all. The procedure is so short. So the main thing about it is that once you bring them in onto invitation, whether you are a student who is schooling here, once you bring them in, it's more easier. You just take them to Questura, You just take them to Questura and finish up the process, okay, of getting them documents. That's all. All right. I will be stopping here. So please, if you have any question, you can hit me up. Number +39 328 567 3453. I repeat, if you are calling outside Italy, you can add the +39. Then the rest number is 328 567 3453. I repeat for the last time, 328 Okay, you can ask me any question there. If you're calling outside, put the +39, then before you add the other numbers, okay? All right, I will be signing out here. I am Chi, ever yours truly.